Welcome back to Possum Ridge Farms. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about chickens.
Stay tuned.
Anyone truly looking to be self-sufficient will eventually end up with chickens because they are hardy, easy to raise, very forgiving to mistakes. Basically, you feed them, give them plenty of space, protect them from predators, give them ready access to water, and they will reward you with plenty of eggs and meat. Unlike most people, we actually started with ducks and transitioned into chickens much later. We still raise ducks in addition to the chickens, benefiting us with eggs and meat almost year-round. If you're just starting out with chickens, this video will help show you the basics, equipment needed, and how we've been successful for almost 2 decades raising this hardy animal. When we first started, we decided to raise a multi-purpose bird. After a few years of trying different breeds, we decided on New Hampshire Reds. They are a brown egg-laying chicken that is very healthy and can withstand the summer heat here in the South. Our New Hampshires are usually hatched from our own stock in an incubator, and the entire laying flock is replaced every other year. Every few years we bring in day-old birds from a hatchery to bring in new blood. After maturity, occasionally the New Hampshire roosters get a little aggressive and may have to be replaced under certain circumstances. We usually keep an extra rooster, of course in a separate area, for just such emergencies. For those of you that are new to raising chickens, keeping 2 roosters together around hens is generally a bad idea. We have 5 different areas we have used to raise chickens. 2 full runs, currently with ducks and guineas. These runs were built at the time we were losing many birds to hawks and eagles. They're fully enclosed with galvanized wire partially on the sides and flight fence on the top. After construction, our bird of prey predator issue disappeared. We also use these pens for extra ducks, geese, guineas, and occasionally peacocks. We also have 2 brooders and growing pens. These pens are used for brooding and sometimes housing our baby and junior birds. For those of you that are new to raising chickens, brooding is a term that's used for raising baby chicks. We also maintain 1 free-range area for our layers. This is an area that is moved to provide fresh bugs and grass in the summer. If we are overwintering chickens, this area is static and external feed is provided. Special equipment for raising your chickens. Although you can get by with minimal equipment, I recommend at least the following. A feeder, maybe just some sort of bowl depending on the scale. A grit feeder. Again, just some sort of bowl will do. Grit, we use oyster shells used to aid chickens' digestion, especially if they're not allowed to free range. Waterers, basically there's 2 types. There's a manual refill or automated. The manual type can be as simple as a small bucket or the type we use for very small chicks, ducks, and guinea geese. Remember, these require you to manually refill these sometimes several times a day. Automatic watering. You'll need at least some means of getting water to your chickens. These are utilized to automatically provide water for your flock. One type is a small breaker bucket that fills with water from your water source. The breaker bucket basically lowers the water pressure so small watering valves or other type of automatic watering systems will work. We use this for our rabbits and brooder pens. The other kind we use is a low pressure water regulator which reduces the water pressure just like a breaker bucket, except it works in a closed system, potentially requiring less maintenance, and is pretty much an install it and forget it proposition. One of the easiest and most popular watering systems for chickens are bell waterers. Water is regulated internally and the chickens drink from it and it trickles down the side to refill a small trough. They will work with either a breaker bucket or a low pressure water regulator. Some people have told me they've had problems putting together bell waterers. There are many good YouTube videos out there showing how this is done. Next thing you're going to need for your chickens is a secure area. We've had problems with hawks, eagles, possums, raccoons, skunks, snakes, and bobcat over the years. Even though guineas make a great watchdog, we have security cameras in all our livestock areas. These allow us to keep an eye and especially an ear on anything going on, especially at night. One of the best ways to provide a secure area is to use electric fence. Please see our electric fence video. We also utilize flight fence and galvanized wire fencing as needed. Processing for meat. You're going to need a dispatching tool. We use a hatchet, a large piece of wood or a stump, a bucket for the scalding process, a killing cone or large bucket, gloves, and hopefully a chicken plucker. If not, have lots of time and patience to remove the feathers. Eggs. If you're planning on getting eggs from your chickens, obviously you have to have a place for your hens to lay their eggs. We use special laying boxes for our chickens to lay their eggs. If an egg box is not provided, chickens will lay eggs just about anywhere, and you'll have an Easter egg hunt every day. You need some sort of collection container. To keep them producing in the winter, you'll need some sort of light to keep them from molting. If they do go into molt, basically that's when the chickens replace all their feathers, all egg production stops. Even under the best conditions, it's difficult to get them started back up until early spring. We generally don't push egg production much past mid-November, but we have an ample supply stored from the spring and summer. Once you've collected your eggs, occasionally need to be cleaned with soap and water. Make sure you use warm water only. We have stored our homegrown eggs for almost a month without refrigeration. Commercial egg operations wash the protected coating off the egg. This is done to ensure the eggs are in pristine condition when you buy them at the grocery store. Unfortunately, when the outside layer is removed, refrigeration is necessary. Many times, those grocery store farm fresh eggs are actually 30+ days old. Once you start with your own farm fresh eggs from your own chickens, you'll never go back. Until next time, see you down at the barn.